You can be a Christian and sin, folks, okay? You can be a Christian and fall into sin and be in sin for a bit. But now I promise you this, because you're a Christian doesn't mean you're not going to sin. You can fall into it. He said you really are unleavened. You can fall into it, but I promise you this, if you are a Christian and you are living in sin, whatever habitual sin that is, and I'm not talking about, man, we all commit sins. If you are a Christian and living in habitual sin, you are going to be miserable in conviction because the Holy Spirit lives within you, and it's called grieving the Spirit. When you sin, the Holy Spirit's grieved. That creates this conviction and misery within you. If that's not there, if you're sinning, and there is no conviction and there is no misery, then you're probably not a Christian because the Holy Spirit's not living within you, okay? So you can, as a Christian, be in sin, okay? And you can be miserable. You will be miserable if you are, all right? Because he says you really are unleavened. For Christ, our Passover lamb, has been sacrificed. Great commentary on Exodus 12. Here's what Paul said. Paul said, look, Jesus Christ is our Passover lamb. His sacrifice redeemed you as God redeemed the nation of Israel from Egyptian slavery. The sacrifice of Jesus, your Passover lamb, redeemed you from your slavery and bondage to sin. Why would you want to go back? Cleanse out the stuff in your life that doesn't need to be there, he says. Cleanse it out. And some would think, well, little sins are harmless. You know, I mean, yeah, sure, Paul, they're talking about grievous sexually immoral sins, and you're talking about, you know, stuff like that, murder, adultery. I mean, no, little sins. He's talking about even little sins. You know, lying, gossiping, your attitude. Little sins, if you think little sins are harmless, remember what he said, a little leaven spreads through the entire bunch. Folks, if you are at peace with any sin, you're at war with God.